So I ran 107 data engineering runs through LangGraph, CrewAI and AutoGen. Same task, same model, same everything, and honestly the results were not even close. One framework won on accuracy and speed and cost all at the same time, which normally doesn't happen, and you usually trade one for another. And one framework failed more than 4 out of 10 transformation tasks while burning double the tokens to do it. I'll show the full breakdown in this video, and by the end you will know exactly which one to use for every type of data engineering task and which one you just need to avoid it. Every time I start a new agent project, I hit the same wall. Do I use LangGraph, CrewAI, AutoGen or something else? And every time I search, I get the same stuff, blog posts comparing the GitHub stars, tutorials that only demo one framework, Reddit debates that go nowhere. So nobody had run all three against the same real data engineering test and just shown the numbers. So I did it. Also, I'm going to explain what a benchmark harness actually is in about 60 seconds, because when I showed this to a friend, he said, I got, is this some kind of meta harness thing or what is this? And I said no. And then I realized I should probably explain that on camera and making one video on that. Okay, what is a benchmark harness? It is not a framework that controls other frameworks. That would be a meta orchestrator, we'll say, and a whole different thing, and a whole different video we'll make on that. But a benchmark harness is more like a racetrack. So what you do in the racetrack? The racetrack doesn't race, right? It just puts 3 cars on the same track under the same condition and times them. That's it, and that will be the clear winner, whichever has the most benefits. So in our case, the 3 cars are LangGraph, CrewAI and AutoGen. So the racetrack is our Python file, which is the agent.py, and it hands each framework the same 30 tasks using the same LLM, the same timeout and the same temperature. So everyone gets identical conditions, no handicaps or no favoritism we are doing there. Then it measures what happens and writes everything to MLflow and a live Google Sheet there. That's the whole thing. One Python file with 30 tasks. Task router is there with giving tasks to 3 framework adapters. Every condition will be same. Now let's talk about who won and who crashed. This is what we actually texted. So this SQL generation like window function, CTs, aggregation with edge cases. And after this pipeline debugging like broken PySpark jobs, wrong schemas, rows disappearing. And this is the data quality, which is checking the null checks, range validation, schema enforcement. And after this is the ETL, which is the ETL orchestration, transformation, metadata generation. And the 6 categories, 107 tasks total. Every single task went to all 3 frameworks, same prompt and the same model. And we are using here Groq Llama 3.370b, and as a fallback we are using the Claude API. So the same output, same timeout. The only thing that changed was the framework. And now you will see the results regarding that. And before this we can see the query also, whatever we have given here. This is the run benchmarks, and if you'll go here you can see the SQL generation, and this is the pipeline debugging, data quality, metadata generation, transformation, and these are I have run the sample benchmarks and it has completed some of the codes. If you will see, this is a write a window function to calculate 7-day only average revenue by region. So these are the tasks, you can see it here. Now let's see the results for this. I've just run this complete benchmark questions here. So if we'll go to the leaderboard, you can see all the task type and what are the total tasks get covered, what is the average tokens and average latency, success rate and average boilerplate lines also you will get here. So if we'll see, suppose the SQL generation, the LangGraph hits the 87.5%, while CrewAI and AutoGen both come at 82.6% of success rate here. And so LangGraph wins, but honestly all 3 are decent here, and SQL is the most even category in the entire benchmark, and you could use any of them. If you will see the pipeline debugging as well, so I have made one flowchart for this so that you will get a better visualization for this. So and we are storing all of these things in the Google Sheets here, so I have taken that Google Sheet from here, and all the data are stored here. So we are taking from this, and I have created one visualization for your better understanding. So if we'll see here, for the SQL generation 87.5% and 82.6% CrewAI and both AutoGen. So the SQL generation all 3 are great, but LangGraph is the clear winner here. But for pipeline debugging, if we'll see, LangGraph and AutoGen both hit 79% and CrewAI drops to 73.7%. So if you are building a pipeline debugger, LangGraph or AutoGen either works, but skip CrewAI here. And data quality, suppose LangGraph is 76.5% while other two at 70.6%. So consistent read for LangGraph here. And if we'll go to the ETL orchestration, all three hit exactly 75%. So three-way tie, and framework doesn't matter for ETL orchestration. That one genuinely surprised me here. Next, coming to this transformation bars, if we'll see here how the transformation is going. So LangGraph is at 75% and CrewAI and AutoGen are 68.8% and 56.3% accordingly. So AutoGen is the worst result here, so never use the AutoGen during the transformation here. And after this metadata generation, but here CrewAI is the highest benchmark win here. So metadata generation, if you want to do, then you should use the CrewAI. So that's the CrewAI only win in the entire benchmark one category by 6 percentage points. So the scoreboard after this success rate, LangGraph wins 4 of 6 categories, ties 1, and CrewAI wins 1, AutoGen wins 0, and has the worst single result in the benchmark. And now here is what it gets very interesting, because all of these frameworks actually we want what is the token limits. So usually there is a trade-off, right? So you pay more to get better results, more tokens, higher accuracy, but not here. LangGraph averages 2700 tokens per task, but CrewAI has 5000 tokens, that's 85% more, and AutoGen is 5700 tokens, more than double the LangGraph. So the framework that wins on accuracy also costs the least to run, both at the same time. So the reason is actually pretty simple. LangGraph's explicit graph structure means every node knows exactly what it needs to ask. One precise call, no conversation loops, no agents delegating to other agents. Just here is the question and here is the answer to it. And if you will see also here, right, in the leaderboard, that AutoGen is the worst framework here, because in the AutoGen transformation, if you'll see, it has consumed 6530 average tokens, but the success rate is 56.2% only. And if you see the ETL orchestration also, it has consumed 6295 tokens, but the success rate is 75%. So it mostly fails 44% of the time. So this is the most expensive failure in this entire benchmark, and you are paying more to get less only. With the terms of latency also, like how long per task it is taking, if you'll see, the LangGraph is taking mostly about like if you will see, the transformation is 12.57 second and SQL generation 10.89 second, but if you will see, the CrewAI same is like 20.144 and SQL generation 21.114. And AutoGen is like taking forever. This is 20.667, 20.152. So CrewAI does the same task in 18.2 seconds and same accuracy, but half of the time. So accuracy, cost, speed. So everywhere if you'll see, LangGraph is winning all three simultaneously. Now the boilerplate chart, which is like what is the boilerplate terms every framework has written. So the one place LangGraph looks bad on paper, that is the setting up code. So LangGraph needs about 53 lines of boilerplate to configure the framework, and CrewAI needs 80, AutoGen needs 119. So here is the thing though, that you write those 53 lines once and that explicit structure. The thing that makes LangGraph look verbose is exactly why it's faster, cheaper and more accurate at runtime. And AutoGen makes you write 190 lines of setup, then once double the tokens, then fails more. So the setup cost is one time, the runtime cost hits every single task here. We did every comparison according to these three factors of SQL generation, pipeline debugging, data quality check, ETL orchestration, transformation, metadata generation, and from all perspectives, LangGraph is the clear winner among three frameworks for data engineering type. So that's the table I wish it existed before I started this. So screenshot is like you will show this to your friend that this is the best. If you are building data engineering agents in production right now, use LangGraph. Not because it's the most exciting to demo, because it wins on every metric that actually matters when you are shipping a real production work in your corporate task. if you say here like 87.5% on SQL, best result in the benchmark, half the token cost of AutoGen, 37% faster than CrewAI, wins 4 of 6 task categories outright. So CrewAI has one good use case, I'll say, but is the metadata generation, 75% success rate, and it's the only category where it leads. If that's your whole workload, fine. Otherwise, LangGraph is just better across the board. And AutoGen, I'll be very honest, the gap between what it promises and what it delivers on data engineering task is very real. The conversation loop that makes it great for code review doesn't transfer to data engineering tasks. So transformation at 56% is not production ready. Token cost is double the LangGraphs. For code review agents, iterative refinement, things that genuinely benefit from back and forth, AutoGen belongs in that conversation. For data engineering, these numbers say no for sure. If you like this whole content on AI agents and how to make it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to make it yourself, the full code is on the GitHub and I am pasting the link in the description box. And the public leaderboard also with all the 107 results is linked in the description. You don't need to understand like how the benchmark runs to use the results, but if you want to clone it and test your own task against the different models, it's all there, so you can do it. In the next video, I'm going to deep on why SQL generation is still broken across all 3 frameworks and what actually fixes it, vibe coding on data engineering, schema injection, RAG on your warehouse metadata, omnigent of the Databricks newest release, prompt engineering that works, all of these things. And if SQL agents are part of your stack, then that video is for you. Subscribe and notification on drops in the next week. And a quick question before you go, this whole benchmark ran on Groq Llama 3.370B and the fallback model was Claude. So my hypothesis is if you show up in GPT-4 or Claude Sonnet, LangGraph's lead gets wider because its advantage is structural, not model dependent. But that's just my hypothesis. So drop yours in the comments and genuinely curious what you think. And if you want to make any agents which you want me to do, just drop it in the comment box. I'll do that in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.